Coming up on this week's edition of Centennial Sports TV, we check out the Road Hockey to Conquer Cancer tournament.
We take a stroll down memory lane to the old Maple Leaf Gardens to check out the new facility.
And we'll visit old hockey heroes with the 72 Summit Series team. Good evening, East York. I'm Chris Bolia.
And I'm Morgan Bell, and no, Chris isn't French despite his last name.
But I will try to pronounce French words later on in the show, ma chérie.
Well, that's certainly going to be entertaining, but let's get right to it.
Even though the NHL is absent at the moment, there is still hockey on the streets of Toronto.
And for a good cause that it is. Alongside the typically quiet Lake Ontario shoreline, thousands of road hockey warriors united this past weekend with one massive goal in mind: to cure cancer in our lifetime.
Quick feet, pretty goals, and the occasional spill are on display at the second annual Road Hockey to Conquer Cancer fundraiser event at Ontario Place.
The most important thing is everybody's, obviously has the charity at their heart first, and you get to play road hockey, which growing up in Canada, everybody always played it as kids. Nowadays, there's all this computers and everything else. So road hockey's not a priority, but everybody that's here when they were kids, road hockey was the way to go.
Some of the celebrities in attendance are Canadiens defenseman PK Subban, Rangers All-Star Michael Delzato, Devils winger David Clarkson, and Maple Leafs legend Daryl Sittler.
Contenders and threats today, I think Team Tommy, which is the team I'm on. It's definitely a solid squad we got going on. We won the last game. Boom, good, yeah.
Team Tommy, there you go.
Boom. So if I was the commissioner of ball hockey, especially this tournament here today, you can't cancel ball hockey. Ball hockey goes on. This is where it starts.
We need ball hockey, right?
We need ball hockey. We need ice hockey too, though. I mean, let's not kid ourselves. We need ice hockey.
The Dawn to Dusk Road Hockey Tournament includes 1,400 participants spread out over 100 teams, with all proceeds going to the Princess Margaret Cancer Center and the Canadian Cancer Society.
Of course, the end result is raising funds for cancer. I don't think it can get any better than that. The atmosphere is terrific. Everybody's enjoying themselves. I think there's probably going to be a few sore bodies out there, but overall I think it's a great day.
So far, the Road Hockey to Conquer Cancer 2012 event has been tremendously successful, with the organizers raising over $2 million. And the highlight coming up soon with the celebrity game, which includes many local stars and international hockey celebrities.
Team Celebrity face off against Team Fundraiser in a tight back-and-forth affair.
38 seconds to go, just like Henderson. Just like Henderson 40 years ago. Daryl Sittler ties the game. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. The game is over. It goes to a shootout.
With the Subban miss, Team Fundraiser is victorious 2-1 in the shootout.
I would take Tom McAuliffe, my old man, on my team any day. He can play in the bag, got the quick hands. I'll go with the 74-year-old Tom McAuliffe.
Well, my dad, for sure. God bless his soul. I lost him when I started my career. I always wish you could have your dad around, for sure.
All the people who put this together, they're my MVP for the day. This is no joke. This is a serious event. This takes a lot of work. It's basically, but after today, they're going to start planning for 2013.
Chris, hockey fans are probably the most devoted sports fans out there, aren't they?
Morgan, there's no doubt about it. And no one's more devoted than Toronto Maple Leaf fans. Let's take a look back at the glory days of the team and the newly rebuilt Maple Leaf Gardens, now known as the Mattamy Athletic Center.
13, it's a pass up for Richard. That time by Del Prono, pushing it down the ice to over the blue line. 3 seconds, 2, 1, the game is over. The Toronto Maple Leafs have won the Stanley Cup. What a tremendous hockey game this was.
People young and old came out today to the new Mattamy Athletic Center here at Ryerson University for a free public skate. As well, they were able to enjoy the history and memories of the old Maple Leaf Gardens.
I remember watching in the 50s hockey games, Saturday nights, but all this time I managed to watch one game only, and that was Hartford and Toronto Maple Leafs. I believe Gordie Howe won that winning goal that evening, so it was a big thing for me. You know, it was unbelievable.
The Gardens opened its doors in 1931 when Conn Smythe built it into the Carlton Street Cash Box, and its doors closed on February 13, 1999. But the opportunity to skate inside the historic building is something every fan should do.
Just thoroughly enjoying this opportunity to be out here and just getting some feel for what it was like to be in the NHL in the good old days when it really was hockey. And
Into Darryl Sittler.
You just can't believe you're on the ice, you know, where they once played their games. I mean, it's pretty incredible. Just great.
What a heartwarming story that was. Let's continue on, though, with another great moment in hockey history. An iconic event in Canadian sports history was highlighted at Canada's Walk of Fame ceremony this past weekend. CSTV's Alima Hotaki was on site for the festivities.
A hero's welcome on the 40th anniversary of the Summit Series, as the City of Toronto honors the 1972 team with a star on Canada's Walk of Fame. It was a hockey showdown members of Team Canada remember vividly. Even so many years later, some still recall how they initially underestimated the Soviet side.
But 40 years later, the struggle is no longer on the ice. Today, the focus is on keeping this important event in Canadian sports history on the minds of the public.
But there is continuity. Just as the team was praised and supported 4 decades ago, Canadians today somehow always find a way to look back and reminisce about the past. Alima Hotaki reporting for Centennial Sports TV.
Thank you very much, Alima. Over the weekend, negotiations regarding the NHL lockout took place. Commissioner Gary Bettman decided to begin the meeting by informing everyone in attendance that the National Football League referees were back. After all preseason games have been canceled and the regular season scheduled to start later this week, it doesn't look like there will be NHL gameplay anytime soon. Leafs forward Joffrey Lupul reached out to his fans via Twitter, writing an article about his frustrations and why the players do not want to take another pay cut. Wayne Gretzky, who is not in the meeting, believes that this lockout will not last as long as the previous one that wiped out the entire 04-05 season. He remains optimistic that the NHL will be back by January 1st.
Well, I can only hope, Chris, that they're going to resolve this issue really soon.
Me too, Morgan.
Well, what have you been doing with all your time now that you can't watch hockey?
Morgan, hockey fans out there should be a little worried. I am a pro at EA Sports' new NHL 13 game.
Well, I guess I shouldn't tell them that I beat you this weekend at it then. But I guess everybody definitely has their own way of dealing with the lockout.
Coming up after the break, we'll check in with Centennial Varsity Sports. Stick around.
I just can't stay focused. God.
Hey, I think I have something for you, man.
What's that?
Hey, you know what? Chocolate milk actually not only helps sustain your body, but it also increases mental activity in times of stress. This might really help you out, buddy.
Thanks.
No problem. Have a good one.
You too. Get it.
Welcome back. The Centennial Colts varsity season is underway, and over the weekend, the men's and women's soccer teams each played 2 games, facing both Algonquin and La Cité colleges. The men's team was hoping to rebound from back-to-back losses, and the women were looking for their 3rd win this season. The men lost their first match 2-0, but bounced back Sunday against La Cité to win 4-0. The women lost 2-1 to Algonquin and then later drew against La Cité.
The undefeated Algonquin College Thunder took on the Centennial College at Lemureau Park on Friday night. Let's take a look at the highlights. Early on in the action, Algonquin with a chance on the cross, but no one in the area to receive it. It's a missed opportunity for the Thunder. At the 20th minute, Miriam El Masri with the free kick from the corner, and she drills over the hands of keeper Jennifer Kelly. Centennial with an early 1-0 lead. The girls go wild. They'd carry that lead into the half. To the second half we go. Algonquin creating chances. Melissa Harrison fires a cross in, but Colts keeper Miriam Saradilla Sanmez knocks it down easily. Then off the throw-in, Algonquin with another cross, and Ginny Cass fires just wide. But Cass would get another chance here as Chelsea McLean boots one off the free kick, and Cass finds a loose ball and blasts it home, tying the score at 1. Another opportunity for the Thunder on a 2-on-1 break here. Sylvie Anderson gets a little too cute with the pass, and the score remains tied at 1. Later on, goal scorer El Masri tries to give the Colts the lead on the free kick, but she puts it just over the bar. A few minutes later, though, the Thunder, off a corner again, Afvidison heads it home, giving the Thunder a 2-1 lead. The Colts have a final desperation chance in the dying seconds. Off the free kick, goalkeeper Kelly makes the save. Algonquin clears it to take the victory. Algonquin is now 6-0-1 in the season, while the Colts fall to 2-3-1. We caught up with goal scorer Miriam El Masri after the game to discuss the loss.
I think we were playing well. I honestly just think they got lucky in the last minute. So far I think we've done pretty well compared to the other years that we've played. We have a very strong team this year compared to last year. So I think we have a good chance of getting into the playoffs. Well, it was a free kick, and I just went for it because I had a feeling I could score this. So.
Morgan, tough loss for the women on Friday. They really battled to those dying seconds, but they just could not come up with that tying score.
Chris also just found out this just in. The Centennial golf team is currently competing at the OCAA Championships in Windsor. And after the second round, CSTV's own Dane Belbeck and Travis King are sitting just outside the top 50.
We certainly wish our boys the best in the last round. With soccer, cross country, and golf seasons well underway, up next is hockey. I spoke with Centennial's extramurals coordinator, Jordan Robinson, about bringing back the men's hockey team after a year off. Jordan, 2012, 2013 looks to be the resurgence of athletics at Centennial College with the new wellness center we're in now and a number of new sports coming back to Centennial College, one of which being hockey. Can you tell me why you guys decided to resurrect the hockey program?
Sure. Hockey is one of our national sports. It has been a big part of Centennial for many years. Actually was happening in the 60s and 70s. And it was something that we really wanted to bring back after declining it for last year.
Okay. And can you talk about and now sitting here in late September, what's the time frame for the team going into the season?
Time frame is we have tryouts starting beginning of October. First tournament is scheduled for beginning of November, and then we play a tournament roughly once a month until March.
And can you talk about the challenges of bringing the program back to life after a year off?
Well, the advantage is we're not necessarily starting from scratch. We only took a year off due to some commitment reasons. So in a sense, we're just picking up from where we left off. I was fortunate enough to be part of the program 2 years ago. Now I've taken over the role as the coordinator. So along with myself and also the coach being a former player, we have advantages to kind of build on some of our mistakes from last year.
So for a team with no real returning players, what kind of success do you expect going into the season?
Well, I've been given lots of inquiries. People are emailed as early as August asking about the hockey team. So I'm hoping that we get a good variety of hockey players. Lots of people come out to tryouts, so we have a good selection to choose from. I hope to do really well.
Excellent. Well, Jordan, I wish you all best of luck this year, and thanks for joining us today.
Thank you.
Morgan, Jordan really seems to have things under control over there at the Progress campus, and I'm sure the hockey team is going to have a great season.
He certainly does. Over the last few weeks, CSTV has also showcased all of the different sport activities that take place in and around the East York community. This week, we'll be featuring skateboarding and various cycling events that keep community members living a healthy and active life.
Morgan, I don't know about you, but I am sick and tired of the daily commute.
I definitely am.
Burning expensive gas, wasting hours a day in the car, dealing with endless road construction. But there is another way. A local East York group wants to get you out of your car and onto a bicycle. Ward 29 Bikes is an East York group working to improve cycling infrastructure through community and political engagement. Val Dodge, an executive with the organization, took time out of a ride on the Lower Don Trail to share his love of cycling.
The primary benefit to cycling, as far as I'm concerned, is freedom. You can ride pretty much anywhere. You can ride on your own schedule. There's almost always bike parking directly in front of where you want to go. There are numerous health benefits. You're not sitting on your butt in the car for 2 hours getting angry. You're out enjoying the beautiful fresh air while you're riding to where you're going.
And while there are many obvious advantages to cycling, sharing the roads with cars is a major safety concern.
Where drivers just don't see you, or they don't. If a driver is turning in front of your path, they don't necessarily recognize that you're going fast enough that they're going to turn right into you, or create a collision potentially.
In addition to distracted drivers, Luke Saragusa, a Ward 29 Bikes member who has been cycling in East York for 20 years, has noticed a breakdown in relations between all road users.
Motorists want more lanes and greater throughput. The cyclists want their own dedicated lanes. The pedestrians want cyclists off the sidewalk, and rightfully so, etc., etc. And when you have different people fighting for the same thing, generally friendly relations tend to be the first victim.
There were 129 cycling deaths in Ontario between 2006 and 2010. So how can we make the roads safer for bikers? While drivers need to be aware of others around them, ultimately cyclists are responsible for their own safety.
Never take anything for granted that you are seen or that a motorist will yield to. Never take for granted that a pedestrian will follow the rules. Never take for granted that a cyclist will follow the rules if he's ahead of you.
While commuting by bicycle may seem intimidating to new riders, most of us just need to think back to our childhood for inspiration.
Have fun. Enjoy it. It's not rocket science riding a bike. Everyone here did it when they were 5 years old.
Over 100 kids and teens took part in Toronto's first ever King of the Groms competition at CJ's Skate Park in Etobicoke this weekend, and I headed down there to find out exactly what little Grommers were and what makes them so talented at their sport.
It's really fun just going out there and skating. You know, everyone's really good. It's very intense, but it's also very fun at the same time.
The event consists of 3 different divisions: street, mini ramp, and bowl. Hopefuls compete at the beginner, intermediate, and advanced levels in each group, hoping to earn a golden ticket to Minnesota for the finals next June.
King of the Groms is the world's largest youth skateboarding event. Essentially, the event itself is accumulation of 11 different skateboard contests, plus a number of extra special things that we do throughout the weekend. The whole goal of it is to put the spotlight on the kids. So the series King of the Groms is 12 and under only, and then there's also a portion of the event that's called King of the Amps, and it's for kids that are 13 to 16.
So you might be wondering exactly what a Grom is. Well, it's a term that all these little guys behind me use to call each other when they're really good at their sport.
Just have fun. You get to meet a lot of new people. You get to see a lot of new different things that you probably wouldn't see at like a soccer event or something. So it's really cool to just come out and hang out.
The youngest skateboarder in the field was only 5 years old, and competitors came from all across North America to participate here in Toronto.
It's great because it's the first time this has ever left the United States of America, right? Where skateboarding first started, right? And it's just been awesome because we have skateboarders from all over Eastern Canada and the United States. We have New Jersey, Atlanta, Washington, Michigan, London, Ontario, Montreal. People are driving all over with their kids, and it's for young kids, right? So it's great to see all these young kids skateboarding.
Over 70 golden tickets were awarded this past weekend, and event organizers are looking forward to coming back. For CSTV, this is Morgan Bell.
With the Summer Olympics still fresh in our minds, Toronto looks forward to its own influence on the athletic community. Following a winning bid for the upcoming 2015 Pan American Games, the city begins development on a number of new facilities to host the largest athletic competition in the world. It is anticipated that the Pan Am Games might act as a prelude or trial run for the 2024 Summer Olympic bids. With development taking place all over the GTA, a buzz amongst the community can be felt. Nicole Cartier went to check out the future home of a new venue.
I'm here at the University of Toronto Scarborough campus for the groundbreaking ceremony of the new Aquatics and Fieldhouse Centre to be built here for the 2015 Pan Am Games.
I'm very, very excited to be here today to take part in the official groundbreaking as we prepare to host these games, folks, and welcome America's to this beautiful city. The excitement and anticipation is beginning to build.
The Premier knew it would spark long-lasting economic and social benefits. That's why Ontario led and championed the bid to host the Games. And it's exciting and gratifying to have all levels of government and the community join together in support of the Games and working hands-on to build this extraordinary addition to our community.
You have to know that this facility will not only be a phenomenal world-class athletic complex that will be there for you in the years to come, but it will also be a wonderful bridge that will connect us in stronger and more healthy ways in the years to come.
This new venue will serve as a key high-performance legacy of the 2015 Games.
In 11 days, the Scotiabank Marathon will take over the streets of Toronto. For more than 20 years, this marathon has drawn spectators to the downtown core. Participants can choose between racing a full marathon, a half marathon, or a 5K track. The race spans along Lakeshore and winds its way along some major intersections throughout the city. Those who compete in the full course can qualify for the famous Boston Marathon, while others can run for a personal cause. CSTV's Becky Scott will be participating in the Scotiabank Marathon, and here's a story about what she'll be running for.
Lindsay Bulger's story is not about her, but instead it's about her unselfish dedication to help others. Growing up in Unionville, Ontario, Lindsay's athletic accomplishments, from playing provincial volleyball to being a CIS varsity athlete, was just preparing her for bigger and better things. After being diagnosed with a rare form of brain tumor in 2005, Lindsay's fight against cancer began. She then took it upon herself to make a difference. She founded Be Strong, a foundation to design and sell baseball casts for individuals who are undergoing radiation treatment. The Be Strong Foundation grew beyond a scale that anyone could ever imagine. International support from celebrities such as Coldplay and NHL stars Steven Stamkos and Vincent Lecavalier were among the few who took notice to her efforts.
And Mike Smith in the Brad Richards deal. There's a shot. The rebound. Scores! Lecavalier! And that one might be for young Lindsay Bolger.
It was in April 2009 when Lindsay's battle with this horrible disease began to take its toll. In September of that year, she was given 1 to 3 months to live, but despite the diagnosis, Lindsay maintained her reputation as the eternal fighter. Pity was not in her vocabulary. On November 26, 2009, Lindsay peacefully passed away, surrounded by family and friends. One can learn a great deal from this story. When one girl was looking to help so many, when nothing was able to.
They're in all the pictures, all the memories, and you think about them and you just can't help but smile. So it's really nice to have that comfort.
She's an incredible woman, young lady, and a true inspiration to all of us.
On October 14th, several Be Strong Foundation supporters will be running in Toronto Scotiabank Marathon in efforts to raise money for the cause. To date, the Be Strong Foundation has raised close to $1 million in their fight against cancer.
I would have never thought that it would have evolved to this magnitude, a sellout crowd. It just goes to show you what community is all about. So enjoy the rest of the night, and let's party! Let's enjoy the rest of the night, and together we can imagine a cure. Thank you.
Thank you, everybody.
Chris, isn't it amazing what can be accomplished with a little bit of heart and a lot of determination?
It sure is, Morgan. I was at St. FX when Lindsay passed away, and it really hit the community hard. We'll be following Becky's journey in the upcoming weeks, and we'll hope you'll tune in as she prepares for her 3rd marathon.
Thanks for joining us. Hopefully we'll have some better NHL news to share with you next week.
Morgan, I would not hold my breath on that, but, here's hoping.
Yeah, I was definitely hoping, so we'll see you next week.
Good night, everyone.